Feel the flow.
What up, YouTube? Jayflopro back with another video, and I'm doing something slightly different. For those of you that have been watching my channel, what's up, everybody? I would like to thank all my subscribers for subscribing to my channel, the ones that I do have. I'm not a big channel right now, but I plan to grow, plan to keep on moving, keep on bringing you guys some music, some tutorials to the table too, on how I go about making my music, as well as other things. This is my first time actually having my voice on the actual video, so if you can hear me real good, let me know in the comment section. If anything's like sound like buggy or anything like that, let me know. This is the first time I actually started commentating on my video, so yeah. What I plan on doing in this one, I got a question off of Instagram about music production, and she asked me a question about how did I get my kick to hit hard. And for those of you that have been doing music for a long time, you guys already know the different ways you can actually do it, because you don't really have to do this, and that has a lot to do with sound selection also. But then at the same time, this has always been a traditional practice with a lot of music, but just nowadays a lot of people don't seem to do it anymore, you know. And I think that's more so because especially when it comes to the idea of producing, you're pretty much setting yourself up to actually send the track off to other people. So there's some producers out there that'll tell you not to sidechain, which is actually what we're talking about. We're talking about sidechaining. And but then there's others that say you do. The only reason why I do it is because it just sounds better, and then also because for obvious reasons I'm trying to, you know, showcase my beats. So I make, when I render my tracks out, I render it with the sidechain. When I stem it out, I turn the sidechain off, and then I just stem it out as normal. And then that way I give whoever gets a beat of mine, I give the mix engineer or other producer, is that they can add their own sidechain to however they please. If you think about it, you know, it makes sense, because you don't want to send them a stemmed out 808 that's already sidechained, and then it's really nothing they can really do with that. Or if they could, they have to do a little work to try to mangle it to make it sound the way they want it to sound. But anyway, if you've been watching my channel already, you already have heard this beat. This is a beat I made, you know, pretty much just paying homage to Oh Gosh Leotis, Curtis King, Lifestyledidit, Kylebeats, for all of the crazy dope ass sound kits that they've put together over the year and a half, 2 years or so. I got a mixture of a lot of their kit, paid and free, and I plan on getting more, you know, but just the ones that I had, I made this beat with it, you know. And this is what it sounds like for those of you that haven't heard the beat, and I play a little snippet of it right now. Forgive me if it's too loud. Yeah, so be prepared. Just turn your volume down before I play it. Then you can turn it up gradually as it's playing. Real quick, I just break down what I did with this beat, since I'm already here, and I might as well just give you a beat breakdown. This was pretty much the loops that I the loops that I used. I had mixed them and remangled them and stuff like that, so I couldn't even begin. To be honest with you, I couldn't even begin to tell you how what I did to manipulate them, or what I did to change them. I didn't change it up too much, you know what I'm saying? But let me see if I can go here and find at least one of them. Nope. Drama. I think I used a lot of his I think I used a bunch of his like claps and shit. And no, I use oh gosh's clap, oh gosh's snare, lifestyle hi-hat. Let me see. Okay, I used Kylebeats' Vox. I use that Vox Kylebeats. See, this one is like one of the main melodies that I use, and so basically I just with this one I think I pretty much kept it the same, except for the only thing I did was I sped it up. I just play them for you. Oh, and then I put halftime on it too. Also, I sped it up. I sped up one, and then I took one and I put halftime on it. then I took then I took them and then I broke them down into separate frequencies. I I made the first one the I called it Slow Tokyo. I guess it's just the way it's riding, the vibe of it. I just called it Slow Tokyo, and then this one, it's like the low end version part. You know what I'm saying? That was the mid. And then this part right here, I sped up again. A lot faster than these two, because if you see on this one, on the original, it sounded like a 3/4 time. It sounded like it was a 3/4 time. So I just did it to where it fit the 4/4 spectrum. And um this one right here, I just sped that bitch up like really, really fast and just repeated that jump over and over again to give it that little, texture at the bottom end. So when I put both of these together, like that, all right, and gave it that sound. This was just more layered texture, you know. And then I had this flute, this melody. I was like feeling really good when I made this because I had never really put flutes in my tracks before. You know, I mean I have, but I never really tried to make like different intricate like melodies. So and of course you hear the delay in there. It's like I just like how it flares or flutters, and I like that sound, so I kept it like that. Then you got the 808. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's the 808 right there. I don't know why it does that, but when I switch over to my OBS, the sound from my FL cuts out. And even when I switch to my actual computer speakers, not my monitors, my computer speakers, the sound still cuts out from my FL Studio when I switch to like the web browser or to my OBS or something like that. I don't know why, but it's just weird. I was like, because I used to never do that before, and I used to go into my web browser and still be playing the sound in my FL Studio, but it doesn't do it anymore. So I don't know, but somebody know what I'm talking about or no solution to that, hit up the comment section, drop it up in there. Then you have the essentials, your clap snare. Um, Trying to remember why I named this left field. I think that was the name. I think that was the name given to sound that I use. One of the sounds that I use. Yeah, called left field. Um, like a little bongo perk, something like that. And I added that snare, clap, hi hat, kick, then the boxes, Oh, I got this Vox too. Shout out to Oh Gosh Leotis once again. That to me made a cool little bounce, gave it a cool little bounce also when I added it to it. This part right here, I like real intricate melodies like that with piano. Um, I know that there's a lot of producers out there that don't like all those intricate melodies, or like, oh, why you put that up in there? The rapper can't rap on that. But at the end of the day, like, I don't really make my beats. My whole thought process is not necessarily catered to the whole idea of like for rappers all the time. I make what I make because I make what I feel. You know what I'm saying? And then like at the end of the day, somebody feel like they can rap on my beats, then by all means, you know what I'm saying, rap on them. But then also at the same time, you got to remember you creating your music and you feel your music with what you want to feel. But then at the same time, people forget you still got stems. You know what I'm saying? You still got layers. You know what I'm saying, to your track. So at the end of the day, an artist that feels a beat, but it's like, oh man, I can't really. Damn, it's like I'm feeling this beat, but I take certain things out. Well, guess what? I got the stems. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is just purchase a package with the stems, and you can take out whatever the hell you want to take out. You know, it's like I do make beats that are like minimal. You know what I'm saying? And I do make beats to where, you know what I'm saying, you leave like a little bit of room and stuff like that, and give the artist enough time to breathe and everything like that. For you guys to know, a lot of the music that I make on my channel is like pretty much music that I just enjoy making. I just get caught up in the moment and just start making. Because like, I think one of my biggest goals out of this whole endeavor with music is to get a lot of like sync licensing going and stuff like that through film and gaming and commercially and TV. And that's like one of my biggest interests. I do like the aspect of like being involved with the music industry and labels, but I see myself being on the other side of that. But you know, who's to say that it doesn't change, you know, over time? Because the more and more I get involved with other people and networking and stuff like that, the more and more things that I do would take me in certain directions, you know. But anyway, now we about to get to this sidechain thing that I was supposed to get to a long time ago, but I decided to break down this beat for you guys and made this video longer than what it's supposed to be. All right, getting down to the sidechaining. After I laid out everything across the board, pretty much, you know, cut and dry, just like with any DAW, adding everything to the mixer channel, leveled everything out, then started adding the effects to everything. I got my tags here, routing those to a separate channel, kicks, all the claps and drum stuff, then my instrument stuff like that. I didn't worry about doing them any like, you know, instrument bussing, as far as like lead bussing, back in melody bussing, all that stuff like that. I didn't worry about doing that because I personally felt that listening to the track, you know what I'm saying, it everything was cohesive and stuff the way it was, and I didn't have to add anything else to them, so I ain't do it, you know. So when it comes to this kick in 808, once I got my 808 to sound how I wanted it to sound, I brought in a limiter and I moved it up here at the end of everything, because I just felt that it sounded better being first, you know. With when the kick was coming in and punching, and then the sidechain, it just sounded better. But initially, when you're trying to set up your sidechaining, you want to highlight the kick channel, the channel that your kick is on. You want to go down here and you want to right click, and then you want to sidechain to this track. Okay. Now you can, now when it says sidechain to this track only, that means that you cannot sidechain. Can't talk right now. You cannot sidechain this track to anything else. You know, it'll lock you out of sidechaining this track to anything else. Or if anything, if I'm not mistaken, it'll lock you out of doing routing or sidechaining this period. But you want to sidechain to it Just side chain to this track. Damn, I can't talk right now. All right, it's sidechain. Fuck is this sidechain? All right. Anyway, once you do that, I normally just leave this off because it's sidechaining the track. You're not necessarily sending the signal. All you're doing is just sidechain. All right. Don't get me to trying to answer the question of how the algorithm works on, like, what's the process to how it routes the side. Don't get me to doing that. It's like, just know that I just routed the side chain, and I don't send any dry signal to it. You know what I'm saying? Basically, what is that? I don't send any signal, no dry signal from the kick to the side chain. If any of you out there do that and actually send signal where you can actually see the green line going up, then let me know and explain to me why. You know what I'm saying? But I still hear a side chain effect, you know what I'm saying, when I do my side chaining. So at the end of the day, that's what I do. Once I do that, I bring in the fruity limiter. And now when I learned how to do this, I didn't ask too many questions. I just noticed that they just turned the ceiling up all the way, and then they went to the comp, and then they started adding the side chain. So I've been doing that for over the last like 7 years, So, and I never understood why they turned the ceiling all the way up. But I don't know. Maybe it didn't do anything. Maybe it does. I don't know. But that's what I do. And then I go into the comp section because that's the main section you got to worry about anyway. And if you're not using FL Studios, by the way, you can do this same thing in any other DAW. It's just you have to make sure that you understand how to use your limiters or your compressors or whatever you're using to sidechain your sound in your respective DAW. All right. And there's tutorials all over the place. I'm not the only person that you can watch to get this information, but it all depends on who you resonate with. Then you right click here. When you sidechain to this 808, there's nothing. If you don't sidechain to this 808, there's nothing that's gonna be here. It's gonna just say none, or it might not say anything at all. It's just gonna say none. But once you sidechain it, it's gonna actually give you a list of everything that's sidechained to whatever respective sound that's in that channel, and then you just click on whichever one you want to be sidechained, okay, to the ladder. All right, so you click on that. Once you click on it, the sidechaining is prepped to receive it bouncing or pumping. And how you achieve that is by adjusting this threshold and this ratio. And most of the time when I start out doing the sidechain, I don't mess with this yet. I just take this and I turn this all the way up to 10, and then I bring this all the way down, and then I play like that. But let me get this over here. And if you can hear, if you can't hear it and you don't have headphones on, it might behoove you to put headphones on. But for those of you that can't hear, you can hear it pumping right now. And so basically I just take it and I just play with these channels until I get it the way I want it to sound. So with this, what you want to do is you want to adjust the threshold and the ratio and get it to where it's sitting right in the mix. All right, you want to make sure that it's not ducking so much. I know I think I was saying pushing, but the correct term for it is ducking. You don't want it ducking blatantly in the track. You want to give it just enough oomph to where that kick can peek out of there. A lot of you probably know of like EDM and genres similar to that utilize the concept of sidechaining, and just in general, sidechaining is a process that can enhance a melody, a sound, because you don't have to just necessarily sidechain a kick in a 808. You can sidechain a piano to the whole entire mix of your drums if you want to. Now that would probably sound crazy. I've never done that before, but you can though. But that's that's something else, you know. Other than that, once you have your sidechain sitting the way you like it and the way you feel that, you know, it should be sitting in your track, you're good to go. And then you can move on to something else. I know that there are other things to sidechaining that I'm pretty sure I didn't go over. Whoever's watching this, if you know more about sidechaining, feel free to comment down in the comment section and add to this. Other than that, for those of you that are looking for more information on sidechaining, I'll put a couple links in the description of other producers that I follow, that I've watched and showed advanced, not so much advanced, just showing different techniques of, you know, doing a sidechain. Besides that, there are other producers that are out there that use other DAWs. So check the description out, and I will have a list of the producers that I follow that I am aware that use other DAWs that would probably have other videos that teaches you how to use sidechain and manipulate it in a way to where you can enhance your productions. Me personally, I know that when I first started trying to learn more advanced stuff in FL, busyworksbeats was one of the first ones that I came across. Outside of that, you got Curtis King, you got lifestyledidit, you got kylebeats, and so on and so forth. But yeah, but I think I went over what I came here to go over. Is I apologize for all of the long windiness and the run-ons and stuff like that. I know initially the whole thing was supposed to be about sidechaining, but I ended up going into a whole beat breakdown. But yeah, that's it. If I got any questions, leave it in the comment section. If you got something out of this shit, I don't know, tutorial video shit, whatever. I'm not nobody special, man. It's like just somebody trying to pass on some information to people that don't know, who feel like they can resonate with me. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, man, because like it helps the algorithm, you know, so help me with my algorithm. And subscribe to the channel, share, whatever. More videos coming soon, more beat videos coming soon. Yeah, that's about it, man. Once again, it's Jayflopro, and I'm out.